Welcome to Bat Therapy, the psychology of Batman, superheroes, and other comic book characters. Be a fly on the wall or a bat in the cave, listening in on a friendship built out of a love for talking Batman, comics, and the everyday struggle to achieve mental health and happiness. We are your hosts, clinical psychologist Dr. Amelia Brown, and comic enthusiast and nerd aficionado Keaton Hopkins. This podcast is about providing education and understanding and is not a replacement for mental health treatment or support. If you're needing help, go to bat-therapy.com for resources.
All right, so got a call late last night. We did get renewed for season 2. Who knew?
Phew!
Who knew? I didn't get fired.
Yeah, well, you came this close, though. I'm just
Upset a
kidding.
few Marvel fans. Upset a few Marvel fans. That's okay. That's okay. That's what I'm here to do. And talked about Batman,
Woohoo!
right?
Always fun.
Right.
So pretty much all we did was, record our usual conversations, and for some reason, people actually listened. So that was cool.
Right. Yeah, I oh my God, I cannot thank our fans enough
Yes.
for listening in, and keep listening, because we're going to be doing some fun stuff this season,
Yes.
just like we did last season.
Yes.
I hope that you've learned something, because I feel like I've learned a ton picking Dr. Brown's brain, and we're going to continue to do so in the future. And please, I cannot stress this enough. Comment.
Yes.
Tell us what
absolutely.
you'd like to hear. Tell us what you enjoy. You can even tell us what you don't enjoy, which it's YouTube. We're going to hear that anyway, right? But feel free to just reach out, because seriously, we have so much fun doing this, and we want y'all to enjoy it too. So make sure to communicate, which is a healthy thing to do anyway. Like, even before we started this podcast, there was like a 20-minute conversation all about lighting, which is why my face looks crazy bright right
Looks
now.
so great.
Right.
Actually, before that conversation, I berated him because for those of you that are going to watch the video of this, you might be able to tell that the angle for Keaton, like if you really think about it, he's very low to the ground. He's like sitting like a gremlin on the floor. He's been doing that all season 1.
Gremlins aren't the only things that sit on the floor. Like, plenty of people sit on the floor. Plus, I sit on the floor so that I can show off all my cool movies.
Oh, yes, because heaven
back
forbid
there.
you sat in a chair and also showed off all your movies.
I don't want to get a chair. I don't want to go
That's
to
fair.
the other room and bring a chair in here.
So yes, conversation is important. Communication is important. And I 100% agree. So, I mean, we can look at certain things like, hey, which podcast episodes got more listens and which ones seem to get more listens more quickly. We can even see super cool stuff where we can see like who in the world is listening in. And Keaton, I think you made the great comments like we're Batman Incorporated. It's great. Like we're taking over the world. Shout out
We
to our
have
people.
fans all over the
I know.
world.
So shout out to everyone not in the United States. Sorry that we're always talking about like United States system stuff. Hopefully that's not too irritating. But yeah, all that stuff's super cool. But that being said, there's a lot we can't tell. And I mean, we have social media. We could ask things there, but we also recognize like, people who listen to podcasts don't necessarily, follow stuff on Instagram or TikTok or wherever. So yeah, please comment on things you love. Even comment on things that you didn't love or things you disagreed with. Hopefully we make it obvious that we don't think that we are perfect, and a lot of these things live in gray areas. So there's a lot to comment on. So I totally agree about that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And big shout out, because I can't remember where it was. We looked at a map of like where all of our listeners were, and there's one person that is listening to our podcast in the middle of a lake.
We still haven't figured that one out.
We haven't figured it out yet, but big shout out to the lake listener.
Yep.
Like, props. And I hope you're catching some big fish out there. That's what I assume is going on.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. And even like, I think from, gosh, maybe week 1 or week 2, we had some people in Paris and in Belgium, and there are probably a few other random places, the places we did not expect that we didn't know people in. So, yeah, shout out to all the people who found us super early on. And even though there was nothing about us out there, we're like, hey, we'll give you a listen and stuck with us.
Yeah. And keep listening because we're going to do some fun stuff for season 2. What are some of the things we're going to hit this season,
Yeah.
Doc Brown?
I'm actually really excited. So, admittedly, we have already started recording some of them. We're trying to just kind of make sure that we're ahead of the game when we get started with season 2. That way, there aren't any like awkward gaps in our weeks. But yeah, so we have a theme. So we actually, I don't know if we seemed like it just kind of happened. I don't remember how we came up with the theme, but it came naturally. And we have decided to have a theme for season 2 of focusing in on mental health roles. So, a lot of them will be mental health providers, a lot of them will be therapists, some psychiatrists thrown in there, but also some more like peer support as well. So, like one of the episodes we'll have is going to have stuff about a support group after the snap happened. Once again, Marvel's going to sneak its way in. It's not all DC, not all Batman, sorry, but yeah, I'm actually really excited for this theme.
You know, I this is still very much a Batman podcast. Batman is definitely our favorite, but you know what? Marvel fans need to take care of their mental health as well.
I
And
guess so.
so, yes, and so yeah, we're still, if you look at the title, it says comics and other superheroes.
Very true.
So, we're not lying. We're not lying. And we're going to go back to Batman. Don't get it twisted. We're still going to go back to Batman. We have so much to cover with him and his villains and his child soldiers that he trains. Like we have so much that we that we can cover. But yeah, we're gonna be jumping around because there's so much material out there. Like there's so much good stuff. I mean, I pull up any of my streaming services. I'm like, all right, well, here we go again. Got a deep dive because there's just so much that can be covered, so much that can be talked about, and we want y'all to be here to listen to all of it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely want to like allow some flex and, kind of go with what we're interested in and what we love, and hopefully it doesn't kind of feel like it's veering too much off the path. But yeah, there's going to be plenty of Batman. We're never going to go too far from him, obviously. But we don't want to miss other really great content. I mean, there's really good there's just really good content for us to hit in a lot of different places. So yeah, we purposefully opened it up, even though we're called Bat Therapy, to give ourselves that leeway, which is good.
Absolutely. Also, so we've been doing this now for a couple months. There's a third team member of Bat Therapy that I feel like we do not shout out nearly enough. Our editor and chief, Bill.
Yes. Bill
Bill.
Murphy, husband to Dr. Brown. Only reason this podcast is happening, actually. So it's really ironic that most, if not all of you, have no idea who we're talking about.
Yeah, he's constantly behind the scenes.
Hmm.
He'll shoot us a Zoom message like, "Hey, stop saying that word so much," or "Hey, you're yelling." Like he keeps us on track.
Yep.
I think it's and so we got to give shouts out to Bill, which I feel so many times like I don't all I do is read books. I read books and I watch TV shows and then I bring stuff to talk about. But like Amelia and Bill, like Bill is always on top of like what we need to record next, what sounds
Hmm.
well, what settings we need to change. Him and Amelia do all of like the logo design, and I just kind of show up and just talk. And so it's just I'm so thankful for it, and I'm so thankful for the fans and for being a part of this, and I'm super excited for what we've got in season 2. So make sure you are going to be on the lookout, and also I will be announcing soon. We're gonna have a giveaway, and it's gonna be given away to a certain follower. And so stay tuned for that. More info on that later. But please, and I cannot stress this enough, share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with your family. bat-therapy.com. We are everywhere. Again, that's something that Bill does. Like, we're like Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
Twitter. Are we on? Let's see.
We're on
We have a
Facebook.
Facebook.
We're on TikTok, which,
Oh my
okay,
God.
y'all, we're millennials. TikTok is a little outside of our wheelhouse, but we are trying. I actually admittedly haven't posted on it for a while, but with another slight change that we're doing with some of our episodes, it's going to free up Bill a little bit more to help us with that and be able to put some video content out more on some of the social media stuff like YouTube and TikTok.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so yeah, we are growing. I gave away like 500 business cards at San Diego Comic-Con. So huge shout out to any of the San Diego listeners. Thanks for picking up that card. I was super excited about it. And they were going to fire me if I didn't give them out. And
It's true.
so
You were going to be gone.
yeah, yeah, they're like, we'll just go to Barnes and Noble and find some other nerd and bring them on the podcast. I'm like, I mean, okay. And so yeah, I made sure to get that done. But yeah, I I know I've said it again and again. I cannot say it enough. Thank you so much
Mm-hmm.
for listening to our podcast, and please keep listening.
Yep.
Please keep chatting with us in the comments, and please take care of your mental health.
Yes, absolutely. Please take the stuff we're talking about and use it. That's really a big part of why we did this. We wanted people to have more open access to information that a lot of times people don't learn unless they're, say, in therapy or taking a course or a class or any of those things. But yeah, absolutely. Um, One of the things that I do also just want to make sure that we mention, so I was alluding to another change. So we're not really changing our format too much. Once again, we got the theme. We're also going to toy around with a little bit shorter episodes. So don't worry, it's not going to be like, super short stuff, but we're thinking more like the 30 to 40 minute mark for most of our episodes. One, to just kind of help us hone in a little bit more. An hour is kind of a long time to keep your focus, to be honest. But also, if any of you are like me, it's sometimes hard to like find an hour that you would be able to listen to something, and 30 to 40 minutes is a lot easier. So we're hoping to just make it a little easier for people to listen in. And it also frees up that invisible Bill behind the scenes so that he can do a little bit more of the social media stuff on the side.
Yeah, it definitely helps me stay focused, because there would be some times in the episodes I'm like, I feel like I was about to say something, and then I just started thinking about a random episode of Inspector Gadget that I
Sure.
watched like back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like last week. I
Mm-hmm.
still watch a ton of cartoons, and my little boy is like becoming infatuated with Ninja Turtles right now, which is
Aw.
exactly what I wanted. Uh, but yeah, just bear with us. Yeah, we're experimenting, trying
Mm-hmm.
some stuff out, seeing how it goes.
Yep.
I mean, I said good things about Captain America this season,
I
and
know.
like
Yeah.
I tell you, like, you know, just saying, growth. It's all about
It's all
growth.
about growth. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, but yes, listen to season 2. It's coming. Thanks for nerding out with us.
I'm clinical psychologist Dr. Amelia Brown. Find me on social media at Crafting the Mind.
And I'm comic enthusiast and professional nerd Keaton Hopkins. Check out my TV and movie reviews on YouTube at Team JBS. Check out our website at bat-therapy.com, our Bat Therapy YouTube channel, and follow us on social media. See you next week, same bat time, same bat channel.